Welcome to the Temple of Olympus. My name is Cyrus. I am the Temple Magus and Lineage Authority here at the Temple of Olympus. If you don't know who I am a scribe and initiate, an adept of the Anunnaki and the Olympians. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the secrets of the Deific mask. Before we get into that, make sure to check out the Temple Patreon and our socials for more exclusive content. We have a lot of projects coming soon that we are not ready to reveal yet, so stay tuned. So what is a Deific mask? Historically speaking, Deific masks are a real thing. Names like Akhenaten, Tutankhamun, Nefertiti, these are all deific masks. These are not the real names of these historic beings. These are masks. And these masks, if you will notice, contain the names of gods, divine beings like Aten, Amun, Ra. So a deific mask is your God self expressing itself through you so that the deity's powers and your will can reach a convergence point when practicing magic. So in a nutshell, you are converging your God self with the rest of your energy spheres to become a godhead, to become a mask. So in a sense, the deific mask in a nutshell is your God self merging and practicing magic, creation, and destruction as all of your energy systems, energy bodies merged into a single mask. So from my experience, to really make this understandable, the deific mask in a way expresses itself from your crown, from your God chakra, from your God spark, your higher self, and it illuminates and converges with all these other bodies, including the physical body, to the point where your body starts to look like a head. So your head becomes the brow chakra, and your arms become like eyebrows, and your nipples become eyes, and your belly button becomes a mouth. It becomes weird, and you start looking like this floating head. And I've seen other deities, like Devi, Shakti, appear to me as a big head, as a mask. And that is a real thing. When you activate this deific mask, when you become this deific mask, you are accessing your metatronic identity, your true self, your true mask in a way. So your face, that's a god. That includes your physical body, but your other bodies too. Your physical body literally becomes a mask, it becomes a head. And this field around you makes you feel like you're just a giant head. So you go around, walking around or levitating around. You don't really feel gravity the same way anymore. And everything in a way becomes mental. Your whole body becomes mental. It becomes a mask. It becomes a head. And magicians in the old world, even now, those that are aware of the deific mask, would invoke this mask, their God self with their subterranean self, their terrestrial self, converging to be able to weave the multiversal web, the webs of fate. So the deific mask in this sense is really important because you're, like I said, again, you are accessing your metatronic blueprint, your metatronic power, your metatronic identity, Metatron's cube. It's the convergence of all these platonic solids through which light and reality is refracting and manifesting through which these mayas, these illusions, are appearing to you. So this deific mask, in a way, is you as your atmic, your atman, your atum, your atmic identity, your atmic self, converging with your soul, with your human avatar, with your bestial soul, your subterranean self, to have full generative, operative, and destructive qualities and powers. So by doing this, you are literally becoming a microcosmic godhead, a microcosmic god. You are becoming a deity. And this mask is definitely developed. You will initially get a name for it and an image for it. Typically, the image is the sigil itself. So when I got my Deific mask from the Olympians, it was like a sigil, but it was literally a mask, but it was also my body at the same time. And with the name, you also get a mantra for it, if you will. And the more you chant the mantra, the more you connect with it, the more you're able to, in a way, create the circuits or the branches to connect with it easier. Because you have to understand that this deific mask is literally a converged, merged state of your energy centers appearing as a face, the face of God. So definitely working through the cosmic tree, the tree of life, the tree of Tartarus or the roots of Tartarus. That definitely helps with understanding your divine identity, your Metatronic blueprint, or your deific mask. Because this deific mask is a deity. This is a part of deification. Names like Anubis, right? Zeus, Anhur, these are all masks. These are not the real names of these deities. These are not the real names. So it's a similar thing with the deific mask. It's a functional name. It's a functional name based on your dharma. And if you ask me, there are two types of deific masks. I've seen this with myself. I've seen this with some adepts that I've trained. And there is, if you ask me, a more Deific or a Deva. One is more of a Deva, and one is more like an Asura. So one is more of a Sethian deific mask, and one is more of like a Heru or Osirian type of deific mask. So one can be a little more right hand, the other one can be a little more left hand. This is just my personal belief, there are deific masks that are based on karma, you as a fallen god, and you as a god that is completely self-realized. And I've seen this firsthand. I would see what my adepts would channel, the construction of the letters and the words, and the image that they would draw. And it would come off as more like a Asura type of energy. Whereas I've also seen constructions and channelings of deific masks where it turns out to be more like a Deva. Some turn out to be more infernal. The others turn out to be a little more celestial. So that's also something I have noticed. Many people probably don't know that. So that's probably a secret, a hidden key to know when constructing and understanding a deific mask. You can discover, if you get more of a karmic mask, discover what you're supposed to heal. I've seen that in some of these channelings from other people when they channel their mask and their name, it can definitely show you where you have work to do. And then perhaps the more Deva blueprint for the Deific mask will appear, the more dharmic blueprint. So once again, work through these spheres. Understand your karmic loops. Heal trauma. Release trauma from your nervous system. Look at your numerology, your astrology, your letterology, your name reading. Understand who you are. Understand your function. And you will most likely land in more of the dharmic Deific mask category. Because if you don't know your purpose, if you have no focal point, right, you're cut off from your dharma, so you have no purpose, no ambition. If you have no ambition, most likely the money you're going to make is not going to lead to good sex, not going to lead to immortality. You're not going to be following these 4 pillars. And then you're going to fall into karma. You're going to fall into will that is not in alignment with the celestial. And I've seen that. A lot of these people that I've seen that fall into more the karmic Deific mask aren't really in line with Dharma. So what aspect of your deified self are you channeling, right? That's a question to ask yourself. Because if you haven't worked through these spheres, you're most likely operating unconsciously. So whatever aspect of your God self you're going to be channeling forth is most likely going to be still in alignment with your unconscious karmic patterning. And that goes for the gods too. You know, there are incarnations, aspects of the gods that are also fallen. That's also a thing. And sometimes these gods will even come down to earth to heal karma. You know? So that's a real thing too. What aspect of the God, of yourself, of your God self are you channeling forth? Is your life reflecting your God self? Are your habits reflecting your God self? Because I'm telling you right now, you know, if you're carrying your unconscious into your magic, then you're just working as a god. You're working your magic as a god that doesn't know how all this karmic stuff works, you know? And another thing to know, another secret. So this one's pretty intriguing, and it's that you are the third eye within the multiversal web. So you are the eye of God in the multiversal web. And the webs of fate around you are like the circuits in your brain. Okay? So it is a state of neuroplasticity or multiversal plasticity, morphogenetic plasticity. You are connecting with the morphogenetic field, morphing the genes, subconscious power, the power of the subconscious mind. So, the Deific mask is more powerful than people think. Once you have that mask on, the human self is just a puppet. You're not who you are now. It's like a god possesses you, and your eyes start glowing. Your voice becomes like abyssal or deep. And it's like your arms start glowing like these tattoos and stuff. Like, it's like you become like full avatar state. So it is perhaps one of the most powerful tools, practices you can incorporate. And it honestly makes magic much more fun. Makes sorcery much more fun. There's too many people into all these altars and candles, you know? You know, if that's your thing, great. But if you can wield morphogenetic, creative, destructive, operative power. What the fuck is a candle, man? So don't underestimate it. Don't underestimate the power of your circuitry, of your software, of your nadis. Okay? Like, actually work with your energy, your ether, your prana. So, with that said, I will now be revealing the Deific Mask Revelation chant. This chant will be in our future works that are to be released soon. And the mask is going to be a cornerstone with a lot of this ritual work, a lot of this sorcery. And I would like for you to connect with this mask, construct the mask, sit with the mask, chant this incantation. It is to be chanted 32 times, forwards and backwards. I will be chanting it once here. The rest is yours. As you are chanting, the Olympians will be giving you an image as to what it looks like, and they will also give you a name for your deific mask. And if you want to know more about your deific mask, on its dharma, its karma, what it means, you can also ask them what it means. You can book a consultation with me, and we can get down to it. So here is the incantation. This is to be repeated 32 times. It is Keya Melei Olna Amrita Frekansa Horstatuk. And now you say it backwards. Kutatsro Asnakerf Atirma Anloyelem Ayek. So that is the chant. That is how I received my deific mask. I initially did not do the reverse chanting. That was something the gods recommended before I recorded this video. They told me to also give the reverse chant with it. So you can do this, chant it 32 times. It might feel like a lot, but as you're chanting, you are constructing the name and you're seeing the name. You're seeing the image of the mask. But I seriously do not encourage you to doubt. I do not want you to doubt your deific mask and what comes through, so don't do it over and over again. I know that might be tough for some people, as magical doubt or doubt in magic is pretty common. But whatever comes through, it comes through. Don't overthink it. So that's all I have to share. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments and questions in the comment section below. Please make sure that you keep it to one question. And if you have any additional questions, you may book a consultation with me or reading with me. So that is all I have to share regarding the deific mask. Until next time.